Hello all, and welcome back to episode 3 of Gardenia Plant Care in the UK. Today we're going to be talking about washing roots and repotting step by step. So if you remember in the last video, episode 2, we made up the soil mix. Today we're going to be using that soil mix, so I've made up a nice amount for you to see. Look, very nice amount. And we're going to be washing the gardenia roots to be removing all the old soil that it came in, and we're going to repot it in our own new mix. A lot of websites or a lot of people will say, oh my god, you can't wash your gardenia roots, all the leaves will drop off and everything. Excuse me, not so. If you do it in the growing season, and you do it gently, don't go scrubbing like mad. You definitely will lose all the leaves, but you've got to be very gentle. Wash the roots gently prise away any old soil gently. You'll be fine. But you can't do this in October, November, because it's not the growing season. December, January, it won't make it. So it's got to have time to repair itself in the growing season for this to work. So make sure you do this in the growing season. And since we're at the end of July, we're in the growing season, so we can go ahead and do this. I ordered a small gardenia to show you. It came today, so I'm going to repot it, and then we'll look at it down the line, and I'll show you it after a few weeks after we've potted it. So what we're going to do first, I'll show you the gardenia. This type is quite an unusual one. You can see it's got very, very tiny leaves and variegated leaves. In the UK we call this golden crown gardenia, but I think in the States they call it radicans, variegated radicans, but we call it golden crown. It's quite an unusual one. So yeah, I thought I'd order that, and we'll be potting this one up today. So it came in its pot. So what we're going to do, we're going to roll our sleeves up and get into the job of washing the roots. Just fill up a bucket with tap water. Tap water's fine. To do this job, you don't need anything special, just a bucket and some tap water. And then just remove the gardenia from its pot. I'll do this over my soil so I don't drop it everywhere. And start washing off the old soil. So I just I'll show you, I've got my bucket here, and I'll drop it in the bucket of water, and I'll hold the stem and I'll just swish it around so that the old soil just comes off. Just swish it around, keep the leaves out of the water, and you'll see the roots and the old soil coming off. Just keep swishing and cleaning the roots, and the soil should come off quite easily. Let me show you. That's fine, that's done. That's it. So I've carefully washed the roots. I've got all the roots. I've not damaged any. I'll lay that to one side while I move the bucket out of the way. And then take your original pot and your soil mix, and then just place some back in the bottom. Move that down with the camera so you might be able to see what I'm doing. I'll put it up here. Take your potting mix, put some in the bottom, then not too much in the bottom, just a bit to cover it. Stand your gardenia back in the pot so that all the roots are in the pot, and hold it in place where it's going to sit, where it originally was in the pot. And then you can start filling the soil around so it goes all under the roots. Tap it in so it goes all around the roots gently. Your mix, keep putting it in, tap the pot, add some more, and you want to make sure it goes all in between the roots. Don't worry too much, because when we come to water it, it will settle it down. So we're filling up to the top now with our new soil mix. You can see we're back at the top. There's a close-up of the soil mix, and there's the plant back in its new soil mix. So we'll put this container down. I'm just going to show you this so you can see all the different clay balls and pine bark we put in there and the peat mixed together. And then I'm going to take my bucket, I'm going to hold it out up here so you can see. Now what you need next is distilled water, reverse osmosis water, which some people have the machines they can do that with. I use reverse osmosis water, or rainwater. So one of those three you need. You can't water this from the tap. You're not going to do it any good. So what I do is I make up a drum of either distilled water, reverse osmosis water or rainwater. You want 80% of that, mixing 20% of water from the tap. Okay? So you've got 80% either distilled water, reverse osmosis water or rainwater mixed with 20% from the tap. Now what that does, it settles the pH, and also it adds a bit of, how can I put it, minerals back into the system and stabilises the pH so you don't get massive swings. When we come to do the next video I'll show you that, but yeah, 80% of one of those three and 20% tap. Give it a good shake. So I've made some here, I can show you in my drum. That's mixed up 80%, 20%. And then take your gardenia, I'm going to water it over my bucket. Just soak that until it starts coming out the bottom, like that. And once it slows down we'll put another lot on so it's got a good soak in. And here we go again. And that will settle that water. That water will settle that mix all around those roots nicely. We want to make sure it's quite wet, very wet, because it's very free draining, which is what gardenias will like, but at the same time we have to make sure it's very wet. So keep going, give it a good soak so that all settles down. I'll give it one more go just to be sure. Give it another soak like that. Let that water drain. And then what we're going to do, because we've literally given it such a shock, we're going to keep it indoors on a north-facing window. So we'll let that drain, we'll put it in a saucer and we'll leave it in the north-facing window so there's no sun hitting it until it recovers. About 7 to 10 days I tend to leave it there. I'm going to give it one more lot just to be sure. We've soaked it. There it goes. Draining out the bottom into our bucket. And that is your finished gardenia potted up. So we'll leave it like that. There's no goodness in this soil because it doesn't come pre-packed with feed because we didn't buy it from a garden centre. So they make it with all different feeds and this is just pure stuff. So we've got to let it settle. Don't feed it at the moment because you're not going to do it any good. It won't. It will drop its leaves. It will give up. So just like I say, put it on the windowsill, north-facing windowsill for 7 to 10 days, and I'll show you this plant again soon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that's helped, and I'll go into water chemistry in the next video on episode 4. I hope you're following along and you're enjoying the process, and hopefully we'll get you growing some good gardenias. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.